And good evening, friends. Oh, how are you? I hope all is well this evening. Um, I'm Nicholas Viselli, the Artistic Director of Theater, Breaking Through Barriers. We are indeed coming to you very, very live from right here deep in the heart of the Thunderdome in beautiful Midtown Manhattan. And on behalf of everyone, all of our artists, all of our administrators, our board, everyone, I would cordially like to welcome you to Theater Breaking Through Barriers, third hybrid Playmakers Intensive with a little kick there. HPI 3, Dramaphemera, and here comes the kick. The Lost Plays. Yes, I'm very, very excited because we have this great opportunity to be able to share with you work that we did during HPI 3 that we planned to stream live to you on our final evening of the intensive, May 4th. We had presented 6 live shows that we were presenting to a studio audience, and we plan to simulcast that evening to you. Unfortunately, wonderful technical issues. The Wi-Fi was out in the studio, so we couldn't simulcast it. But we did record it, and the best part is you get to see it now, and all this week. Last night, we opened with a really wonderful piece, which was actually the first play that we did when we did it on May 4th, called Rehearsal Space is the Place by Charlie Quinn. And then we slid into tonight's wonderful show. We have such a wonderful company, and I'm going to ask them all to come on and say hi first. We normally don't do this during our virtual intensives. Come on, guys. Just say hello. Peter Mark, our wonderful playwright.
Hi, guys.
Graydon Bund, our wonderful,
Hi.
such a great director. And of course, this incredible cast. We have Sergio, Hugolini,
Hi, everyone.
Neale, Melanie, Portsche.
Hi.
Yeah, and I'm excited about this. I hope that you did. Before we even start, I just have to ask one question. Did you guys have fun doing this show?
Oh yeah.
It's a blast. Yeah, so
I had
much
fun
fun.
writing it.
It was such a great piece, and we really love doing it. Pete always has these really wild ideas, and this one was no exception. So I'm thrilled that we can share it with all of you tonight. I'll tell you what, you guys, thank you for logging on. Normally when we do this, you're always backstage and you're not supposed to come on until after the show. But because this is a screening and you're going to get to see the world premiere, I was even toying with the idea of having you on screen, stay on screen so we can see your reactions throughout. But we're not going to do that. Last night you learned a lesson. So many people are like, I don't like watching myself. So don't make me watch myself. I don't want people to see me watching myself. So we won't do that. But I want you all to hopefully you'll enjoy this. So thank you all, and we'll have a quick discussion afterwards. What else can I say? Nothing really. I don't want to really say much more. Let's all get off our cameras and get this party started. Ladies, gentlemen, friends, all of you out there, without any further ado, please sit back, relax, and with all our hearts, let me just get the share going here. We hope that you will enjoy. Wait a second. Where are we? Come on. There we go. We hope you will completely enjoy Peter Mark's Drink Your Tea.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Grant Neale. I am 5 feet 8 inches tall, but shrinking. I have brown hair, medium build. I'm wearing a blue sport coat, which I will remove during the course of the play, and rust-colored pants and brown shoes. I play multiple characters.
Hi there, my name is Melanie Portsche. I have brown hair in a bob. I am wearing a seal blue jacket. I would call seal roughly darker than seal. I don't know. And then I have a white shirt on that has a blue and some black pattern as well. Black jeans and black boots. I'm sitting at a nice sized table and I'm right in the middle.
Hi everyone, my name is Sergio Hugolini. I'm 5'7" and I'm wearing black jeans, black t-shirt, dark green overshirt, and I have long curly hair.
You are under contract. You haven't turned in a song in months. What do I pay you for?
I was a star.
Was? Yeah, was. My kid gets more downloads.
Sorry, I am trying my best. Creating something new is not easy.
Sorry. Sorry doesn't get the job done. I just need a jingle for an iced tea drink. It ain't literature. You have 1 week.
La la, iced tea. La la.
La, la, la. Are you working on a jingle for a funeral home?
Very funny. I got nothing.
Come on, you never had this problem before. Your tunes are great.
I used to feel the music. Now I just feel afraid.
Come on, let's take a walk in the woods. Come on, the cherry blossoms are out.
They walk in the woods.
It's so pretty here. I love being in the woods.
So many birds.
It's spring migration. Lots of these birds travel thousands of miles. They're up here for the summer. Some fly all the way from South America.
Brazil?
Yes, just like you.
I bet some of these birds were in my mother's backyard.
Oh. Oh, what a beautiful song.
I see it, I think.
Tweet, tweet, tweet. That's it. That's my hook. T, T, T. Get your phone. Take a video.
I hate this new phone. There we go. Camera and video.
Hurry.
Okay, and record. Okay, where is it?
It's gone. T. T. Oh no, I can't remember. Why didn't you record it? Why can't you use your phone?
Sorry, I tried.
Oh, sorry. Sorry doesn't get the job done. I'm going home.
He walks in the woods, camera in hand, until almost dark. Discouraged, he heads for home.
Hi. Hello, I'm home.
Storming out, she slams the door.
This morning I'm in love, this evening I'm alone.
He kicks off his shoes and lays down on the couch. Sleep comes quickly. He gets up to pee and checks the time.
It's 5 a.m. The first lights will be out soon. That's my best chance.
In his slept-in clothes and ruffled hair, he grabs the camera and rushes out.
Oh boy, there's a lot of birds.
He walks and walks and looks and looks. Nothing.
I could use a coffee.
He makes his way towards the town. Stopping in front of the library, he goes in.
It's quiet in here. I wonder where the nature books are.
Can I help you?
I'm looking for a book on birds.
we've weeded most of them out. But we do have this old Peterson's Guide to Northeastern Birds. I think some of these have gone extinct.
It was a little reddish brown bird, a pretty song.
Reddish brown. Maybe Rufus? Let's see. Oh, wait. I just got an email from my boss. Hang on. Oh, fired? Hold your funding. Non-essential. Sorry, pal. We're shut down. Here, take the book. We'll probably just have to throw it away anyway. The book under his arm. He heads out.
And I still didn't have coffee.
Hey, you! Stop right there!
Me?
Did you sleep in those clothes?
Well, yeah, but
Papers?
papers?
Yeah. Green card, visa. Where you from?
Oh, I live around the block. I have no papers. I've been a U.S. citizen for 30 years. I'm a taxpayer.
Can I see your license?
Well, actually, I forgot my wallet.
What about that book? Can I see it?
Yeah.
This is a library book. Here it says, reference, not for checkout.
No, yeah, no, but
Come with me.
Tea. Tea. Stupid tea. I used to drink champagne. Now I just drink my tea. Drink your tea. Drink your tea. Drink your tea. That's it. That's it. Now remember how to remember my phone. No, not my phone. It's too much sometimes. Here. Paper and pen. 5 lines and the treble clef. Drink your tea. The notes. What notes? Drink your drink. I see your high tea. Look how nice. So simple and no batteries needed.
don't I get a phone call?
Phone call? You watch too much TV.
Well, that proves I'm an American.
One call. And stand right here while you do it.
Hun?
I got it. I got it!
That's great. I'm glad you got it. Now, can you get my wallet and bring it to the police station?
Police station.
Later that day.
I am sorry. I shouldn't have gotten mad at you. It's just a stupid phone.
It's okay.
It wasn't you. Anyway, it was me, my lack of confidence, my feeling worthless. I am sorry. Here and gone. Everything is here and gone. The only thing that is forever is my love for you.
A few days later, sitting on the couch, he searches through the book.
Wait, that's it. Yeah. The rufous-sided towhee is a striking bird found in the eastern North America. This 7-inch sparrow exhibits a distinctive plumage with bright red eyes, a black or brown head, white belly, and rust-colored sides and wings. Found in forest edges and fields, they can be heard scratching leaf litter for seeds and insects. The towhee's beautiful "Drink Your Tea" song is a familiar sound in their habitat.
Their beautiful drink your tea song? I thought I made that up.
It looks like you ripped it off. You are in trouble now. I bet this bird has a shark for a lawyer.
Oh no.
The end.
All right, all right. See, what a great piece. Come on, everybody. Such great theater, you guys. I have to tell you, I loved this. I thought this was so much fun because it was just the way you put it all together, and it moved so beautifully. I loved it. And the audience loved it too. All right. First knee-jerk reaction. What did you guys think of it? Let's start with you, Pete, because you wrote it.
Oh, well, I couldn't fail with the crew I got. And when Nick does this, he picks everyone at random, and I didn't know any of these actors or Graydon. And we met one day and talked about stuff, and then I wrote it, and these guys were just so great to work with. I mean, I couldn't really fail.
No, it's great. It was just so much fun. All right, Grady.
Yeah.
Let's talk to you, and then I just want your initial input, and then we can go into a little bit more, take a deeper dive, as they say. What did you think? Because you saw it that night, so I hope you'll forgive the film. Oh, one other thing, anybody who's watching now on YouTube, because we're not doing live captioning, the film was captioned. If you need that, make sure you click the caption button on YouTube, and you'll get our auto captions. So I just wanted to point that out. But anyway, how did it look to see it a month later on film?
It was great. I mean, the camera had a better seat than I did on the day. So
yeah, it was good. I mean, I'm sorry that again, so some jerk camera movement in the beginning. I did my best. I really did. I tried.
Yeah.
But it turned out pretty good, right?
It really did. It looks great on film.
Yeah. I have to save the actors now. Melanie, how was it watching yourself?
Oh, it's always very hard to watch myself. But that said, it was really, really fun to watch everybody and see Grady's direction. Yeah, this was really cool to get to see it. Yeah. And it was such a blast to work on. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah, it really was. Grant, what do you think?
Oh, I thought it was great to see it. Thank you so much. Of course, the one thing I screwed up was I was supposed to make a telephone call sound for Sergio, and that's the thing that sticks out to me.
Oh.
No, but it was a lot of fun. It was really, I think that I just love the number of, the theme of the whole festival was was ephemera, and the number of ephemera that it was great to revisit the number of ephemera that Pete came up with. You know, like 20 different things in whatever in this 8-minute play. You know,
Yeah,
great.
it's great. It's so wonderful. I think this was a really good theme, and hopefully when the next one we do, we'll talk about that after. But it's nice to have a good sort of general theme, but yet there's enough latitude that there's a lot to work with. But this was wonderful. Sergio, this is your first time working with us.
Yes.
How, you know, and you do a lot of film production, I know, and you're a really wonderful actor. I have to tell you, you're really
Thank you.
wonderful actor. So you're going to be doing more. I hope you'll do more with us, please.
Yes, yes, for sure. I hope I will be with you guys
Mhm.
very often.
Without question, without
Yes.
question. How did it feel to see yourself performing?
It is yeah, I'm not a big fan of watching myself, so I'm like, yeah, nah. It's funny to see, and then just funny to observe how like the faces that I make it, and I don't even realize that I'm making those faces. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. But it was a great experience, just like watching everything. I was like super curious to see the play, and I did not watch before today, so it's also new to me.
Thank you for that. Full disclosure, when we filmed this, and then I edited everything down so that it was all broken down into individual pieces. I cut out all of the talk that I had in between, which was way too much. And then I sent everything to Tucker so that Tucker could then, as Tucker does, our tech guru, put all of the captioning to it, which he did. And so because you also work with Tucker, I was like, okay, there's a chance that you can see this, but thank you for not seeing it.
No, I wouldn't spoil that.
See it with everybody else. It was great. I thought you guys were really wonderful. Pete, can you let us into your mind here and sort of give us an idea as to how you came up with this story and like what brought you to this? And we always say, like in the beginning, I always tell the writers, don't write a story off the bat. Like meet with your artist first and talk to them, because a lot of times you'll get ideas from them, and they help inspire you. You know who you're writing for. Did that? I know you met with everybody. Did any of your conversation help to inspire this, or like what brought it about?
Yeah, the whole conversation. I mean, I mentioned that I was kind of like a country boy, and uh, the actors told me they were all from different parts of the country and Brazil, and we talked about, I don't know, I don't really know. We mentioned the cherry blossoms,
Mm-hmm.
and I just sat down the next morning and wrote the outline and just kept fleshing it out, and then we worked on it some, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where these things come from, really. They just I just keep writing, and then the story kind of exposes itself a little at a time.
Mm-hmm. I always find it interesting to talk to writers. I remember years ago we were working with A.R. Gurney, and he wrote a short play for us, and of course we did several of his plays, and he always talked about how he, as a discipline, he wrote every day. That was just something he said. First thing in the morning, I get up and I sit down and I write. And I just write. I write what's ever on my mind. Like it's always good in the morning because things just sort of spill out onto the page. And he'll get a couple of pages, and then he'll have breakfast, and then after breakfast he'll sit down with his pages, and he'll sort of say, okay, this is a good idea, this is good, this is not, and he'll get rid of all the junk that he considered junk, and he would hold on to everything else. And those ideas would then ultimately evolve into stories. It was just kind of interesting to see how that all comes together. And I think everybody sort of has everybody has their own way of doing it. But from what you were saying, just sort of how
Yeah.
allowed it to sit with you, and then things just started happening with it, I guess.
Yeah, and I guess because usually what I do is I get up early, especially this time of year, I get up early and go for a walk first, and then come home and then write. Um, and it was first light. I mean, there was so many birds while I was walking that maybe that's got inside my head.
Mhm. Um, the other thing I love is that you know your stuff, or you did your research on it, and there's no making up the Rufus Spotted Towhee and that song. That's all real. Like that
That's
was
all real. Sure,
yeah.
That's a bird. Yeah.
That's like how did you come to that? And then of course the whole drink your tea thing. It's just hilarious. It's so funny.
I
Like
don't know. That's the mnemonic. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but that they use to describe the bird's song.
yeah,
And the Rufus-sided Towhee song is "Drink Your Tea." And I
yeah.
thought, oh, drink your tea, and um, I thought that's a good thing for like a TV commercial, or and then I don't know. I guess it all kind of just came together.
Well, all right. You guys don't go off camera here. Just for your edification, let me see if I can get this on for you. I think I have it somewhere. Where's my share here? I can find it. Hang on, give me a second. All right, hang on. I just have to switch pages here, and then I can do this. I actually called it up for our wonderful audience that might be listening in or viewing tonight. Here, let's see if we can get it now. There we go. Can you see that, everyone? That? All right, let me see if the sound will happen as well. If it doesn't, I don't know what to say, but this is it. So wait, let me see if I can make it a full screen. Full screen, full screen. Nope. Oh no, what did I do? I got rid of it. Here, make it bigger. Can you hear that? You can't hear it. All right. I don't know if I can share the audio here with this. But you can see the bird. And when he sings, it's very distinct. It's very much drink your
Drink your
tea.
tea.
It really is amazing. So I love that. I love the fact that that's all real. So I thank you for making it. But now I have to talk to Grady, because my experience with Pete is Pete a lot of times will write plays that are how can I say, very episodic. Like there's like these very short scenes that shift from place to place.
Mhm.
And when I first read this, I kept thinking, how are they going to do that? Like, how are you going to transition from one scene to the next in a studio where, how are you going to make that happen? And the thing that I loved about it was it was so clear, like the map and the way everything worked out. Tell me how you came up with that. And was it collaborative, or was it something that you just sort of said, no, I think you should do it this way?
Part of it was that we beefed up Grant's narrator part a little bit
Uh-huh.
to add in some of those titles and scene descriptions. But I thought if it was kind of just around a central point and they all just kind of circled this thing and then used the table and sat at the table, or it was the desk, or it was the, whatever it was,
Uh-huh.
um, could be an interesting way of just keeping it moving, because I knew we couldn't
Mhm.
drag things back and forth over and over.
Yeah. Yeah, and in all honesty, I think that see that lends itself so perfectly to this piece because if we have to stop and shift things in between these little scenes, it just becomes harder.
Right.
You know, you're fighting against yourself to make that work. So you've got to create a
Yeah,
world
it gets
where
old quick.
everything just sort of dissolves and fluidly shifts from place to place. I think that's interesting from a directorial standpoint, but I also think it just really served the story so well.
Yeah, thank you.
Um, no, are you kidding me? How often did you guys meet with Pete or talk to Pete at least before you had the script where you wanted it and before things started really clicking? And I'm
It
asking.
was pretty close, the first one, but actors, you can go for it.
Well, I want to talk to I definitely want to talk to the actors about all this. I'm gonna, Grant, I'm gonna save you for last because you had the joy of playing like four different characters or five different characters in this, including the narrator, which is hilarious. The narrator worked so well because it ties everything together. Um, so let's start with you, Melanie. Let's I think that you have a natural gift for comedy. I think that's sort of where you're that's you that you know you versatile. You can do everything, but your wheelhouse is comedy. It's and because there was comedy and there was also a little bit of singing in this, which I think is hilarious. Um, tell me what this was like for you to play.
Well, I mean, it was such a blast. And Pete gave us so much to dig into. So I could have worked on it certainly even longer, right? Like there was so much to play with, so much to find. So it was a feast, right? And then Grady, he just helped shape it, and yeah, he just kept it moving and gave us such beautiful direction. And this group was it was a blast to work with everyone. Yeah. Um, so I would say I could definitely have dug into it further and more. Yeah, there's so much and like Grant said, Pete gave us so much ephemeral too. It was fascinating. It's always fascinating to me to see what happens after that initial discussion, like to see where the playwrights go with our conversation. And Pete brought so many things into it, and then so many ephemeral things. I just stood in awe. I'm like, this is so fun. And then when we had the audience, like the audience just lifted it as audiences do. So it's really, that was a really neat thing there to see, of course, what hit. And yeah, I loved working on this piece.
Yeah, it's such a great piece. And the audience loved it too, only because Pete has I'm sorry, Pete, I don't want to talk about you in the third person, but I'm going to in this point because I want to just sort of share this with everybody. Only because when did you, I mean, do you have any idea when you started working with TBTB? I know you've been writing forever.
I think in 1985, maybe.
See, like he's worked with this company forever. Okay. TBTB was founded in 1979. We became an official company in 1982, a nonprofit theater. I think the first full-length play we performed was in 1986, and that was not your play, but prior to that, TBTB used to do a lot of sketches, sketches and reviews, and a lot of like music, and they would tour to senior homes and organizations for the blind because we were theater by the blind, and a lot of the stuff that was written had to do in some way with blindness or low vision. Like they used to do a lot of your sketches, and then you would have a song which would be something like "I Only Have Eyes for You" or something like that. Like that was sort of the whole thing. But Pete's got a very unique style, and he has this in some cases. I almost think of it. I don't want to make it sound trite, but just for the sake of, I think of it in many ways like a cartoon that has blocks. Like this is happening here, and then we move to this panel, and then we move to that panel, and it moves through in that way. So when you understand that flow, it creates a real interesting play. Like I don't know any other. I know writers that are in some ways similar, but I don't know anyone that does it quite like Pete. He's got a very unique voice. I know that we've worked with directors before who have had a little difficulty trying to conceptualize that because they're so used to working in a certain dramaturgical style. But yet you just have to give yourself over to it and have fun with it. And that is exactly what you all did, was you had fun with it. Sergio, I have to talk to you because, again, I'm sorry, I'm going to mention this. I know that there was a point that you felt perhaps a little intimidated, not specifically to work with us, but just to perform.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm going to ask you to reveal that because I just want everyone to sort of back up what I've been saying to you all along. So don't be embarrassed.
Yeah, no, I was freaking out when we were talking at the office and you told me about the intensive. I was like, oh yes, that's amazing, but I thought you were like initially joking, and then I saw you were serious about it, and I was like, okay, that's serious. And I was so excited, but also freaking out because I'm from Brazil, and most of you know, and English is not my first language, so that is terrifying for me. And it was very challenging for me. It was literally like a barrier that I had to break through.
Mhm.
And it was such like an incredible experience for sure. And watching now, I never realized how funny was the play before, because I was so stressed and focused on like doing this right and pronounce it correctly, and then I never like really enjoyed the play in a sense. But then watching now, I was like, oh yeah, it was so much fun.
Yeah, I guess what I wanted to sort of hammer, and I'm thinking that everyone will back me on this when I say you just have a great presence, a great natural gift. You've got a beautiful voice. You've got a beautiful accent. It really is beautiful. There's nothing about it that comes across as, oh, I don't understand you. You're not. No, no, no. There was none of that at all. So it really is. Uh, it was just so wonderful to have you as a part of this.
I
So
appreciate it.
yeah,
Means a lot.
Yeah, I would have had no idea that was going on because
Mhm.
you're just fabulous, and this whole
Thank you.
so
Mhm.
no idea that you were going through that. So you're amazing, and this whole group was so much fun to work with. I'm really grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
agreed.
Thank you, Melanie. It was so much fun because I initially thought you guys all knew each other because it was my first time working with TBTB, and then I was like, okay, they all know each other. I'm like the newbie here. They like nobody knows me. But then I found out like no one knew each other. I was like, how? They're like so like fluid. It's amazing.
Mhm.
So it was great.
Yeah. See,
I,
I'm so happy. I'm so
I
happy.
guess it's a little hard because you only get one chance um, to do it, uh, which I guess how live TV is or was, or
Mhm.
Saturday Night Live or the old Jackie Gleason show was that was live in front of an audience, one shot. And that's really hard for an actor. I mean, you don't get a chance to smooth things out. You just got to go, like jump in the pool.
You got to trust your instincts. I mean, I think in this case it's a little different because you did it. You were scheduled to perform this one in front of an audience, but I thought it just worked so well. Uh, again, I mentioned to the cast before. Pete has written a lot of shows, but there are several shows that he's written that we are going to be workshopping this year. I'm not sure yet if it's going to happen in October or in January, but we'll keep you posted on it because if you're in town and you're here for the workshop, we're of course going to invite you in as an audience to come and see it. It will be free, but it will be a great opportunity to not only experience this piece is included in the stories that you're telling. Is that right, Pete?
Yes, yeah, it's one of the four.
Yeah. So I think it's great because I know that there was one or two that you wrote that were written specifically for Zoom to be performed on Zoom, or they at least premiered on Zoom. So it'll be fun to see how they translate to the stage. But I think there's a great deal of certainty that it's sort of a very similar style in that writing and how he does it. So I'm really excited about that. But Tucker came on. Tucker, of course. Tucker, I think you have something you want to ask or you want to say something.
I just want to say that I'm so proud of Sergio and how he overcame his fears and in reality just having a sense of belonging, like he came to my team that fall because the code a lot of it, and then I brought him to the TBTB family. And I'm so glad to have him in my life.
See that. As a bit of a background, Tucker has a team of aides that work with him, and so he usually, when he comes to the office, he usually comes and when one of his aides is with him, and Sergio is one of his aides, and that's sort of how he got involved in talking about this work and hearing about this work, and that's how it came.
Yeah.
That's how it
Thank
came
you,
to pass.
Tucker. I love you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's so exciting to see how it all is. What I love about, I guess, life. I don't want to just necessarily boil it down to the work of this company, but sometimes sometimes I often say, I don't know whether we chose this work or this work chose us. And the more I work the way we work, and try to keep your arms open and try to just like sort of consider everything, consider everyone. It just sort of that guides you in a way that I never really expected that it would. Sometimes you say you don't know what you want. It's like, well, I have an idea of what I want, but I don't want to make all those decisions. It's not up to me. We collaborate. It's up to all of us. So we have to sort of you have to open up your arms and your heart. And you have to say, come in. And what comes in is going to be, it does prompt that question. Did I choose this or did this choose me?
I think Dumbo interrupt.
No, Tucker, please interrupt. It's okay.
But like, I will just say this. When I was looking for a job, my background was never in theater, and was I was going in from a corporate job to this job, and I just figured TV was calling me there because when I was sending my resume to Nick how I help enjoy in college. I was just saying, please let me know if you know of someone who could hire me, and I never thought several years later I will be so here, and I am grateful for that. And I feel the freedom would call me into it.
Well, here you are, Tucker. See? And you belong here. I'm sorry. I say this over and over again, and I will say it again tonight. Um, Tucker's work is invaluable to us. He does so much, just the behind the scenes stuff to get the intensive together, to do the virtual part of the intensive, setting up the links, setting up the live captioning, bringing everything together. Once the videos, once we do the live simulcast, we have to take that and we have to do a post captioning. That's all Tucker. He's the one that takes it. He's the one that puts it up on the website. That's him. That's all him. So yeah, we working pretty hard. But yeah, I don't know where we would be without him. So it's great. So I think the opportunity to work with, I feel very fortunate too, because we have a lot of artists that if you watch our work, you'll see a lot of artists that come back to us. And I'm very grateful for that because it's not like, we have the status of being like a big Broadway production, or that we're able to really pay our artists a great deal of money. We're small, but I think the fact that we have a nice, wonderful group of artists that we work together is and I think I mean, it's hard for me to say. Many people say they enjoy working with us, so I hope that that is the case. But I just love the fact that there's so many possibilities. When in 2017 we did a production. In 20, let's go back. In 2016 we did a production. That was a commission by Sam Hunter. Wrote a really beautiful play for us, but it was a drama. And I said the next year I want to do a comedy, and I wasn't sure what comedy to do. And ultimately, I thought, what about doing a Charles Ludlam play? And I mentioned it to Steve, our general manager, who at one point worked at Ridiculous Theatrical. And we talked about it, and he said, I'll ask Everett if he's interested in directing, Everett Quinton. And we chose to present The Artificial Jungle, which the last time that show was produced in New York City was the original production back in 1986. And it starred Everett Quinton and Charles Ludlam. And it was the last play that Charles Ludlam performed in. He passed away not long after. It had opened and then it had to close. And we did not know after we selected the play, we chose that this is what we were going to do. We didn't know until after the fact that the year that we were going to be presenting this play also marked the 50th anniversary of Ridiculous Theatrical Company. And it also marked the anniversary, I think it was the 30th anniversary of Charles's passing. And to be doing the first revival of that play was really significant. And then we did readings every Monday of several of his other works. And it was because of those readings that Grant and so many other companies that worked with Ridiculous through the years all sort of came in, and it was just a joy, you know. So suddenly, that's what I mean. Did we choose this work, or did this work choose us? And I say, it chose us. There's something greater, and that to me is what's so fascinating. Grant, I wanted to talk to you about all the wonderful work you do, and this play, it really sort of played into your wheelhouse because you got to play like all these different characters and played with different voices and everything.
Yeah, it was great. It was a trip, and I'm glad that I think as an actor, my job is partly an inventor, is to try things, really. The rehearsal process is about trying things, and it's an experiential it's an experiential art form, so if you're not trying things, then there's some folks who like to talk it out, and that doesn't interest me. I feel like, okay, we've just spent 20 minutes talking about something that we could have tried 4 different ways. But anyway, I was glad that Pete and Grady liked the David Attenborough idea, and that's what Pete wrote. That's just how it spoke to me, is that that kind of narration, and especially when it also surrounds nature, the anthropology of the human being. That was a lot of fun, and I don't know, but just the bird that because we had talked about maybe having a taped recording of the bird, and then I was glad that Grady suggested just whistling it, and it's really fun, super fun to do all that stuff. I love that kind of thing. And this last, yesterday, Sunday, I'm acting in a feature film, and Sunday was our first day of shooting, and the lead character is called Ben, and I play Ben's mother. And
I saw pictures. I should pull one up.
Yeah, full drag. And then on Wednesday, I was playing like a rich guy who gets abducted by an insane or a highly stressed caricaturist. And on last Saturday, I was playing the high priestess of the Grand Tarot cards, So, and the week before that, I was playing a Bulgarian postal man. I'm having a great time right now, and I'm just lucky to have super interesting things like this to be able to do, and I just say yes to things, and they're just like you say, that's just these are gifts, that experiences call you in, and I'm glad that we stayed in touch, Nick, and that
Oh
And
my God. Me too, Grant. I want to talk about your company, Nomad, but we don't have enough time to do it now, so we're going to do it in the next segment.
okay.
And we'll start with that because I want to talk about your company and the work that you do, and it's just amazing. So listen, everyone, it's 8:25, so I'm going to ask you to just take a break. You can get off camera. I'm going to wrap this up, and then we're going to jump on to our next show. So thank you all for such great work. Thank you for an amazing play and for a great night. And I want to thank all of you for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in to see us. We're so grateful to have you as our uh, as our audiences and to come and see the work that we do. I think TBTB is kind of an interesting company because we're an off-Broadway theater company, so we do present main stage work, but so much of our work is development. We create new work, and the intensive is sort of like our first step in creating. It's almost like what like jumping in, feet first and really and then hitting the ground running. That's what the intensive is about. And then we are able to sometimes take these short plays and build them into either bigger works or works that are going to be fully staged. So we're really excited about that. So we hope that you'll continue watching. And we've got several more shows here. We're here till Saturday, folks. So please tell your friends, tell your family. If you like what you see, go to our website, go to tbtb.org. You can find out everything that we're up to. You can see all of our past work. If you really like our work, just click the donate button at the top of the page. You can support our work that way, become a partner in our art. We take that very seriously. It's not just thanks for the money. It's more about showing that you care about who we are and what we do and our mission. Tomorrow, we have a really, really wild play by Enrique Huile. Now, Enrique's another incredible writer, he has his own sort of indelible style, which I think is extraordinary. So I hope you will tune in to see tomorrow night's show, Celestial Warriors. It was directed by Jack Sims, incredible actor and director, and it stars Farida Ahmed. I'm sorry, Farida Pasha. Forgive me, Farida. Veronica Cruz and Joel Jones. 7:30 here on YouTube, 8:30 on Facebook. So, ladies, gentlemen, friends, all of you, friends, Romans, countrymen, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful evening. We're going to be doing this in a few more minutes, so see the double feature. Come and see us on Facebook. All right. We'll look forward to seeing you shortly. And have a great night. Thanks again so much. Bye-bye. Okay.